Hey, everyone. It's Wealthy Wednesday. I hope everyone can hear me well. I'm trying it out on a new device tonight. My husband is leading a presentation right now. And so, what we're going to do is hop in. Y'all can hear him probably. Let's see.
Personal loans, mortgages, and then those student loans come back on top of you again.
So, if you're just now tuning in, we're talking about a way that you can start a business for under $500. All right. And so, I'm going to go ahead and pick up the presentation. My husband's been so great with starting it out. We had some technical difficulties, but we're going to move past them as we always do. It's Wealthy Wednesday. Come on now. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Marriage and Business 101. As you know, we have a real estate firm. We help people to buy affordable and sustainable homes. So all that good stuff, we're streaming right now on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope. And I think that's it for right now. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take over this presentation. Please tune in, leave some comments. Let us know if you want to get started with any of our business endeavors. And so we have some guests on. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up this presentation. Listen to me. You won't be able to see the presentation tonight, but I will be doing it again soon. So go ahead and say hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from as well. Welcome. Please like, share, and tag this video if someone wants to learn how to have their own business, fire their boss, be their own boss, and be a bossy and not just be a boss. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Continue to like and share, please, guys. All right, let me see where my husband is during this presentation. Also, let me know if you can hear me. I would love for someone to do that. We may or may not do a Cash App drawing at the end, so make sure you put your name in the comments and your cash tag down below so we can see that you were here.
90% are buried in debt. And I don't know about you, but if you're buried, you can't get a whole lot done now, can you? Now, leaving 70% of Americans with less than $5,000 saved at age 65. And that's what we see those greeters at Walmart. We see those greeters at Walmart. We see those people come back for second jobs.
That's right. That's right. Husband, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and take over at this moment, if that's okay with you. I think you've been doing a phenomenal job. I almost feel like saying you go ahead and do the rest of the presentation because you're excellent.
No, you're good.
Okay. So we were at, 70% of Americans with less than $5,000 saved at age 65, right? Is that where we were, Paul?
Correct.
Okay, awesome. So I'm glad we have moved past the technical difficulties. Just to quickly recap. So my husband was talking about how we have this income and how it shifted away from us. And so with these 4 financial challenges, this can be really hard to save some money for retirement and also to outrun inflation. And inflation is simply the cost of goods and services increasing faster than employee wages. This is a hard thing, guys. Again, if you have $900, you're making $900 every 2 weeks. The first third is going out for taxes. We know there are a ton of taxes. The next third, the next $300 is going out to the banks to service our debts, because some of us, we're living a lifestyle that, is nice, but if we can't afford to do it, we might have to use some credit to make up the difference. So that's why another 1/3 is going away from us again. And then that remaining 1/3 has to cover our expenses, the light bill, the utilities, the food in our pantry, things that we need for our necessities. So that last $300 goes away as well. And then what are we left with? We're not left with much. Some of us have more month than money, right? But this is a solution that we can use, coupled with all these statistics that we already know. 78% are living paycheck to paycheck. That's really, really hard. So if you have a room of 100 people, 78% of those people feel like they're struggling. They need to come up for some air. Take a deep breath. It's okay. We have a solution for that. And then with the credit challenges, paying too much in taxes, guys, it says 70% here. This was a statistic from, I believe, Forbes. We love to have credible sources here. And so with this one, it has risen. So if the IRS themselves are saying, hey, people are paying too much in taxes, we need to take note and change our situation, right? So 90% are buried in debt. Again, feeling like we're buried is not something good, right? We bury things that are deceased and not among the living. So we're not of that. So we're going to come out of this debt tonight. So I want you to go ahead and drop in the chat box if you're on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, wherever you're streaming from, on Free Conference Call, just drop a number 1 to let me know that you're still with me and if you've gained something already. So now we're going to talk briefly about how you can shift your income back to you. This is a process called income shifting. And I'm looking to the side just a little bit because I have my presentation slides over here. But income shifting is simply a financial strategy that we can use to shift our income back to its original owner. And that's you. I want you to write your name in the comment section. I see a lot of people tuning in. All right. So write your name in the comment section. We're talking about getting that money back in your pocket, back in your purse, back in your household. And that's really important because we need that right now. Guess what? This pandemic, this recession, we need to have these strategies in our back pocket so that we're not losing income. So we're going to talk about the 3 solutions that we need to make this happen. The first one is cash flow management. The second one is business income. And the third is investment income. If you don't have a pen and you don't have something to write on, whether it's the back of a receipt, back of your checkbook, a piece of paper, a piece of mail, make sure you get something to write down because guess what? Our mind forgets sometimes, but this pen, it never forgets. Once you write something down one time, you can look back at it, reflect on it, and then you can absorb that information. So make sure you're taking some notes. So the first category here is cash flow management. This is used to shift your income back to you. So you can use this to minimize taxes, to minimize debt, and then also to minimize expenses. Now, being that, over 70% of people are overpaying on taxes, that's why this is the number 1 strategy right now. And also, if you're a W-2 employee, if you're getting paid every week or bi-weekly and you're classified in this category focuses on wages. All right. And unfortunately, W-2 employees, even though they're trading their time for money, even though they're working really hard, right, are taxed the most. Seems backwards to me, but that's how it is. Up to 37%. And this is how it typically goes. Employees work, employees pay taxes first, and then you get to spend what's left. Everyone who has worked a job before knows that they get their paycheck, they look at it and they see all these deductions coming out. You're like, oh man, I work 40 hours a week. I was supposed to make, $2,000, $3,000. But when I got my paycheck back, it was only $1,000 or it was only $1,500. It's because those taxes were already eating away at it. Remember, we talked about that 1/3. So that's that money being shifted out of there. Again, trading time for money. So even if you want to take a vacation, go to the beach, take a month off. Let's just say we have to ask for permission sometimes. And they may say, hey, sorry, Sally already put in that time off that she wanted 2 weeks ago. So you can't go. Or you have to rearrange your own vacation schedule because someone else has put in that time. So again, I don't knock the W-2 employee category because I was once a W-2 employee for many years. I juggled 2 and 3 jobs because there was a certain lifestyle that I wanted to have, but I didn't have any time freedom. And I wanted the time freedom so that I could spend with my family, so that I could travel the world. All right. And so I moved over into the category called business income. This is number 2, business income. This helps you to increase your income through controlled and owned income, unlimited residual income. Y'all, I have to park here just for one moment. Residual income is powerful. It's literally you do something one time, get paid over and over and over again off of that one time. Listen, it doesn't get much better than that. I'm just saying, it's literally you're getting paid off of something, whether you stay in the bed today or you get up, you're making money. All right. And then also leveraged income. So leveraged income is that thing where, hey, I don't have to go into the job today. I don't have to clock in because I can leverage my team or I can leverage other people that I know that can help me to make money as well. So this category focuses on 1099 business owners. Some of you right now are 1099 employees, and there are a lot of benefits that you have as a 1099 employee. So if you don't know about those benefits and you need to know about them, I want you to put a thumbs up and I will communicate with you a little bit later on. Now, the good thing about this category is about profits, okay? When we were talking about the W-2 employees, we were talking about wages. Now we've shifted our mindsets to talk about profits. Now with this category, guess what? Tax less than W-2 employees. That's just how it goes. Only up to 23%. Remember, the W-2 employees were up to 37%. And then the business works. The business spends first, and then you're taxed on what's left. So you can already see how this changes the game. All right. And this helps you to beat inflation and then having income limits with the power of leverage. Y'all say it with me. Leverage. That's something powerful in itself. And so our third category is investment income. My husband and I, we have this form of income through our real estate company. And this is a powerful category as well. Now, what you can do is be in all three categories. You don't have to just pick one. You can say, hey, I want my money working for me. I want to have some compound interest. I want to have some capital gains and dividends. So if you don't know what these words are, jot them down. Jot them down and we can have a conversation. We also want to have business residuals and royalties. A lot of you know what royalties are, right? Think about Mariah Carey. She recorded this hit probably some 20 years ago, and they play it like around Christmas time every year. Like every year I hear this song by Mariah Carey, or if they put it on a movie or a TV show, guess what? She's making money like clockwork. This is something that she did way back when, but she's still reaping the benefits. And so if you want to have some money, that's long money that continues to go forth, stay tuned because we have an opportunity for you. Also, this classifies you as being an investor. This area focuses on profits again, and then you're taxed even less. I'm gonna just sit here for one moment because I'm hyped. I'm excited about what I'm sharing with y'all tonight, but you can be taxed at 0 to 15%. So we talked about taxes being one of the biggest expenses. So if you can knock that off, it's gone, 15%. Companies are doing this right now. Amazon in 2018, they made billions of dollars, guys, and they didn't pay any federal taxes at all. At all. I want you to pull out your own paycheck. I see my husband has popped up on the screen. Pull on your own paycheck. Pull it out from somewhere, and you'll see there's a deduction for federal taxes. You'll see there's a deduction for other taxes on there as well. But get into that mindset of, hey, I can make sure I minimize those taxes. And this category focuses on your money working 24/7 for yourself. Not you, but your money, right? And then the more your money makes more money for you, and then tax the least. So you're having that time and that financial freedom as well. So we're moving on to our two objectives that we all work for. That's our current lifestyle and labor, and then our future lifestyle through our investments, right? So there's some things we want to do. You might want to buy a boat. You might want to buy an investment property. You might want to buy a house. You're tired of renting. You say, stop renting today. I want to have a nest egg. I want to have a property that my children can have, that I can sow into their lives, that my great-grandchildren can have, right? We want to be pictured on their mantle and say, hey, that was my great-great-grandmother or my great-great-grandfather, and he left this house to me. So we're honoring him, right? So if you want some of that legacy, this is what it's all about. And the company that we're talking about tonight is MWR Financial. So this company provides the financial strategies that you can have to shift and grow your income. Now let's talk about the Make Wealth Real movement just for a moment. And when we connect with a company and a vision, we want to know what those goals are, right? Even if we're accomplishing something in life, if we don't write that vision, if we don't make it plain, it's really hard to like run with it. Okay, so here are the goals of the company. Eliminate $50 billion in consumer debt. Sounds like a really big number, but there are 14 people viewing online right now, maybe more. Also on the other side, our free conference call, there are a lot of other individuals who are tuning in as well. So the thing is, we all have a certain amount of debt. So if you take my debt, you take all 25 of us in our debt, you pull it together, and then you times that by how many people are in this country, you can arrive at $50 billion like that. It's a very quick process to arrive at that number, but we want to eliminate it. We want to cancel it, cut it out. Also to create 10,000 millionaires, right? So if you always dreamed of becoming a millionaire, I want you to put a smiley face in the chat like, hey, that's me. You got the right person. So that's another goal of the company. Also to create 150 six-figure earners and to generate 100 billion in investment income. So these are really strong numbers. These are really powerful numbers. And this is why we connected with this company. This is why our good friend Tasha connected with this company, because she's seen the vision, not only to enhance her personal finances, but to help others to reach the masses. So this is made possible by the Financial Edge membership, as well as the MWR Financial Business Opportunity. So we're going to get into the 4 pillars of the program. I know y'all have y'all pens and pads ready. So these are the things that are going to help you to live how you've always dreamed, how you always imagined, and letting the experts do the work for you so you don't have to do this. Now, we're talking about this category of cash flow management. We have 4 pillars. The first one is Money Max, Credit Max, Equity Max, and then we have Wealth Max. So I'm going to dive into Money Max right now because a lot of people are interested in this. We are going through a recession, unfortunately, and also a pandemic. A lot of people have lost their jobs, so they're looking for another way to make some income, all right, to start a business opportunity. But let's just park here for one moment with Money Max. This is where the tax reduction strategies are housed, okay? This will help you get an instant pay raise on your job between $300 and $1,000 on average. So this is simply about uploading 2 pay stubs and some tax information. And then you can see that on your next paycheck. That's some powerful money right there. I'm not talking about you working overtime. I'm not talking about you picking up extra shifts. I'm literally talking about you sending in your paperwork and then you send that money your next paycheck. Okay. Powerful. Also, there's some unlimited advice from CPAs, CFPs, and then EAs, which are enrolled agents with the IRS. They know what they're doing. They're making sure everything is in line with the laws, right? Because some of us, we didn't go to school for this stuff. I went to school to get a master's in education. I like to present good information, but the MWR folks, they know all about this. So I don't have to figure it out. They're already working it out. I know somebody can relate to that. You want to have people in your back pocket. And then also, this is going to help you to reduce those taxes again, using some business tax laws, and then adjusting your W-4. Now, that W-4 form, a lot of us think it's a 1-page document when we start a job, but the W-4 form is actually longer than that. But that's all the employees show, unfortunately. And they say, hey, put a big fat 0 on there, and then just turn it back in. Some people recommend that you do that. And guess what? They're going to take the maximum amount of taxes out of your paycheck. And then when it comes around to refund time, you're not going to get all that money back. It's unfortunate because if you're going to work, you want to reap the harvest of the time and the energy that you put in there. So the goal is to not do that, to undo that system, to know what needs to go on that paperwork. And frankly, you don't even have to learn this. The experts do that for you. So again, Money Max is gaining $300 to $1,000 back on your paycheck. And this results in your income being shifted back to you from the government who had their hands out. Because guess what? The government, Uncle Sam, look, they're not trying to pay you back any interest for holding your money for 9 to 10 months out of the year. And then you get a refund. And you're like, oh, I got my refund. Whatever amount it is, 5,000, 10,000. Guess what? It's your money. And you literally could be making that every time you go to work and every time you get your paycheck. And so that's essentially what Money Max does. You can also imagine this as you go into a store and you buy something. Let me see what I have. You buy a phone, boom. and you say, hey, this phone is supposed to be $700, right? And then you get home and they charge you $1,000 for the phone. You think, hey, that's regular price, right? But you didn't notice it in the store because you were excited. The phone was discounted. I'm gonna take it down a little bit. The phone's supposed to be $200. That sounds more like a deal, right? So you get home and then you see that they charge you $700. Do you wait, 9 to 10 months and say, hey, I need to go back to this store and get the rest of my money? No, you go back to that store and you say, hey, I need my money back. And so that's how we have to treat the government as well with our money, because guess what? It's yours and you need to keep that income in your household. Now we're moving over to the second pillar. That's called Credit Max. Y'all say Credit Max with me. This is taking your credit to the max. This is where the credit restoration strategies are held to increase your credit scores. On average, most people gain between 50 and 150 points. Now, my husband has a phenomenal testimony on this piece right here. His credit score went up in about 3 weeks, and then it kept increasing. And so he actually broke the average. So his credit score has went up over 160 points. It might be a little bit more. He'll probably correct me later and say it's gone up 200 points, but I'm just sharing with you from the most recent data that he shared with me. Also with this area, I signed up my dad for this program. He was a victim of identity theft, unfortunately, but I plugged him into this system and we've seen his credit score skyrocket. So this is a beautiful part of the program here. And so when we have a better credit score, guys, people start calling us by our last names. They say, hey, Mrs. Evans. They don't just say Jessica, right? They start like offering you beverages when you walk into the car dealership and doing all these things to make sure that they're in good graces with you because they know you have the buying power, right? If we have a credit score that begins with a 2, 3, 4, 5, or even a 6, sometimes we might get denied for a couple things. So the goal is for all of us to get up to that 800 and above, right? So a lot of things play into having a good credit score. You can lower payments and insurance premiums. All of us who are riding around, we have car insurance, we have all these other bills that are contingent on our credit score. And once we raise it up, that means they can lower those bills. So that's the way you can put more and more money back into your household. And this result is income shifted back to you from the banks, right? You're going to be paying less for your credit cards. You're going to be paying less in your auto premiums and such. The third category is Equity Max. Now, y'all, I really like this part of our program because I bought an investment property last year, a duplex, right? So I have renters in there, and that's a form of passive income. However, when I purchased this property, it was a 30-year mortgage, 30 years. Now, I uploaded all my variables about, hey, this is the term, this is the interest rate, all this information. And guess what? Through the Equity Max program, it went down to 18 years that I would now be paying on this investment property, right? So that's powerful in itself. That saves me a lot of time, right? Through the interest and all that saving money, it really adds up at the end of the day, and it gives me some more time freedom. I don't want to pay for anything for 30 years, right? The word mortgage in itself has the root word mort. Mort means death, right? So I feel like sometimes the creditors think we're going to pay on this thing, for the rest of our lives, or they're going to come back and foreclose on it. Somebody probably has experienced a foreclosure. Unfortunately, that's why they add in something called PMI. PMI is like their security. And so the thing is, the faster you can get out of debt, the better. And so with this program, I didn't even have to pay a penny more. Guys. And so that's what's really important about this program. A lot of debt elimination companies, they want you to double your payment, triple your payment so you can get out of debt faster. But that's not the goal. What the debt experts do, they will give you a millionaire date and also a debt-free date. All right. And this helps you to pay off, that interest, to pay off those bills faster so that you can breathe a little, that you can live a little better. A lot better, actually. And the other result is having your income shifted back to you from the banks and big business. Now, we have one last pillar of the program, and that's investment income. That's called Wealth Max. taking your wealth to the max. And y'all know, if y'all have seen me on social media, my name is Jessica Wealthy on there, because wealth is really something that we have to promote for not only ourselves, but our next generation. Who can we help to show them the way of wealth so that we don't have a poverty mindset is crucial. So these wealth generation strategies are amazing. So the first wealth generation strategy is called the PRA, Private Reserve Account. Write that down in your notes, PRA. Now, this is very different than a 401k. So some of you are working and you're like, oh, the 401k is great. My employer is matching my 401k. But if you didn't know what was inside that 401k, it might have dropped a lot recently. So some people, their 401k is completely dried up and gone due to this current recession and everything with the stock market. And we have to know that the 401k is not an investment of any type. Okay, guys, you can fact check this. The 401k simply is another tax code. What's inside the 401k is actually where the investments are. So just being knowledgeable about what are we doing with our funds? How can we put it somewhere that doesn't have a risk of loss, right? The 401k, since it's tied to the stock market, once the stock market goes up, it makes money. Once it drops, it loses money. But the PRA account through MWR Financial, once it goes up, it makes money. Once that stock market drops, it just freezes in place. It's powerful. It freezes in place. So it doesn't lose any money, right? So this is amazing. You can literally become your own bank. I want to mess with Tasha for a minute. I just see her having Tasha's Financial Solutions. Mine is going to be Jessica Wealthy International Bank, right? My husband's probably going to be Powerful Paul's Financial Solutions of some sort, right? So you can fill in the blank with your name and create your own bank as well. Also in this category, land banking. So I like to think about this as if you're in a certain area and you see all these little developments start popping up, right? So that's what our analysts do. They say, hey, this area of the country, it looks hot right now. We're seeing all these people come in. Let me get this information to you, and then you can buy this piece of land. And then when a big corporation comes in, say Walmart, say maybe a CVS or something, they come in, and guess what? You're holding that land. They're going to offer you something. So let's just say you bought the property for $30,000. They might offer you $100,000 or $200,000, guys, or even more. Because if you think about Walmart, they're not cutting around people's property lines to make their store in their parking lot. When they come in, they're taking over the place. They're laying out their parking lot how they want it to be, how their auto center is supposed to be, and things like that. So you want to be in a position to double, triple, quadruple your money. And that's where you can do that at in our Wealth Max category. The result of this is that your money grows and works for you, and you become the bank. Simple as that. Simple as that. So if you are listening right now, I want you to write in the comment section, I am the bank, right? Sometimes you have to see it before you see it. Sometimes you have to type it before you believe it, right? So I want you to do that by Facebook. Just write, I am the bank in the chat section, wherever you're streaming from. And what I want to do is just briefly shift gears just for one moment, okay? So we talked about how you can achieve a level of financial freedom with just on our customer side through MWR Financial. But I want to switch over and talk about how you can make money with the company, all right? So this is one of the businesses where you can start it literally for under $500. It's powerful. It's amazing. And I'm going to exactly get into how you can make this money, what it looks like. And I'm going to start by saying that the company pays 10 different ways, literally 10 different ways. And so the first step is to qualify for some momentum bonuses. These are paid out at 30-day mark, the 60-day mark, and the 90-day mark. And that totals up to $1,500 for coming on and basically repeating the process of what we're going to show you through a blueprint, as well as when you bring in, other people who say, hey, this information is great. I could totally tell somebody about this. I already have, 3 to 4 people in mind. And once they share it with 3 people, and they have, let's just say 3 customers, they don't even pay for it, y'all. I mean, it's a no-brainer. I mean, when I got in, I said, look, I'm going to share this with almost everyone, if not everyone that I come across. And I've shared it with tons of people at this point, been doing it for about a year and a half. And so we have these services for free. So I'm going to share with you how to do that tonight as well. So one of the things that's going on with how you can achieve, a great amount of income is through the other compensation that's built into this system. Paying 10 different ways. There's a 4, 5, 6, and 7-digit residual income strategy. We talked about the word residual earlier, doing something one time, getting paid over and over and over on that. And so I want you to imagine that you come and you say, hey, I see that I could do this. Seems relatively easy. I want to be a business owner. Boom. You sign up tonight and you have in mind, like, I'm going to go ahead and reach out to 20 people, or I'm going to reach out to 10 people, right? Those first 3 people sign up, you instantly start making money. You have one customer who comes in, you instantly start making residual money. I'm snapping my fingers because, like, I think it's such a simple model. That, if we just position ourselves, because a lot of these things are about posturing and the open door opportunities. Do we walk through them or do we hesitate? Those type of things. But let's just be for a moment. Let's just imagine, in 2 months or 3 months, you have 584 business partners with you who joined you. And this doesn't mean you bring in every single person. This is a team effort, right? So you have 584 people. That's going to unlock a daily guarantee of $6,000 that's paid out to you like clockwork. We get all of our incomes at 5 o'clock every single day. I have the text messages on my phone. My husband does as well. Our team members do as well, right? So 5 o'clock, right? $6,000 a day. And then a presidential bonus. You'll be seeing that, $2,500, and then a luxury vehicle club bonus as well. Now, this one is $3,000. There are 3 different levels, but for the sake of this illustration, I decided to use these numbers so that I could share with you. That creates a monthly income of $11,500, and then that's $138,000 to you, right? So we have a full presentation on the compensation plan. We have a package in place where we can sit down and review, how can I do this? How can I do it with speed? We have the blueprint where you can follow and achieve this system as well. But there are a lot of other ways to get paid. We have check match bonuses. If you have done any type of opportunity like this before and you know about coded bonuses, that's also included as well, up to $75, 25 to 50 presidential bonus check matches, and then also coded customer residual. So not only when business partners come in are you making income, but when your customers sign up and they use these much needed services, you also will get paid over and over and over. All right. We talked about residual income tonight. So now the last slide that I have that you can't see, but I can see, so it's okay, we're going to keep moving forward, is about the one company that you've learned about tonight, right? That's going to help you achieve the 2 objectives and the 3 solutions of the 4 financial challenges that everyone literally faces. So I know some of you are thinking, hey, this seems like a lot of services, right? CPAs on average are $250 to $300 an hour, guys, unless you have a good friend who gives you complimentary services or free services. That's like the going rate. And then also to be able to have better credit scores. I know that some credit repair agency folks, they're charging anywhere that I've seen from $119 a month all the way up to $500 and probably a little bit more, right? And that's per person. And unfortunately, they don't guarantee anything. They're not saying what their averages are. People are just paying because they know that they need better credit. And unfortunately, those systems are taking advantage of them. But I digress on that. I will share with you, and I want you to write this down, about the Financial Edge membership, those 4 core services that I talked about tonight. $2.67 a day. I know some of you are like, hey, this must be thousands of dollars on end. This has to be a lot of money, but that's a daily, per day, rate. Your spouse is also included, so you don't have to get 2 separate memberships, right? You're 2, you're coming into 1, you have everything pulled together. That's powerful in itself. But like I talked about earlier, when you refer 3, your membership is free. So you refer 3 customers, which we did, and we didn't pay for this anymore because your first month when you start out, you'll pay $79.97. Write down that number, $79.97 to start. And then after that, you build every 30 days. Okay. But you come in your first month, you say, hey, I already have 3 people. That $79.97 goes away. You don't ever pay it again as long as those customers are active. Okay. And that's not a hard thing to do with so many people who need more money on their jobs, who need a better credit score, who need to eliminate debt, who need to become their own bank and own some land, because we have to own some things, right, to be profitable. So that's the side of the customer side. And I want to shift gears to talk about what it costs to start this business opportunity. Write this down on your paper, $228.97. And I'm going to tell you what this encompasses, right? So I'm going to break it down for you. It has a $99 startup fee. You pay that literally one time. This is like for the application and things like that. So $99 startup fee. Then that includes a Financial Edge membership as well. So us business owners, we have this as well because we want to be a product of the product. We want to make sure this is working for us, and it has. And then also a $40 Biz Center fee. All right, this controls, those websites, capture pages, the training materials, and of course, unlimited support as well, that team effort. And then you're also given the 3 solutions that you need for the cash flow management, the business income, and also an investment income. So I know I mentioned the 228, but guess what? When you refer those 3 customers, the $79.97 portion for your membership also is waived as well. So you'll literally be running your business for $40 a month. Now, I don't know what business you can run for $40 a month and make all this income. Powerful. $40 a month. $40 a month. Okay, so anyway, I won't stay there, guys, but I want to let you know that there's also a guarantee, because when money is involved, sometimes we get a little nervous, like, all right, this sounds good, but there's a little fear, there's a little hesitation. And so this removes that piece of it. Now, you are guaranteed success with this program. And if you follow the plan of action, which will be provided, and our strategies and experts aren't able to make or save you more money in your first 30 days than what you invested, right? MWR Financial will give you a full refund. We're not talking about partial refund. We're not talking about you get $25 off or something like that. Literally, all your money is refunded back for you. That's powerful. This takes the fear, this takes the hesitation, this takes the worry out of it. So the last part that I want to make sure that you listen for me, but I want you to put this down on your paper as well as add it into the chat. If you are a 3, 2, or 1, all right. The 3 is I'm out. Good information, Jess. I understand what you're saying with all of the financial problems. I don't need any extra income. I don't need to work on my credit. Like, it's good. I'm at an 850. I don't need to eliminate any debt. I don't want to become my own bank. So if you say I don't need that stuff, but thank you for the presentation. Thank you for watching. You're in number 3. If you're in number 2, you're saying, hey, those 4 core services are something that I could use, then you're in number 2 and you want the membership only. All right. And that still puts you in a position to have a free membership if you decide to refer, as we do all the time, right? We have a good movie, go to a good place to eat. And guess what? We'll tell everybody about it and they don't give us a free meal. But this company rewards you for doing just that, even as a customer. And the last one is a number 1. This means you want to make a tremendous amount of income. This means you just maybe want to add some income to your household. It doesn't have to be $100,000 a month. You may say, hey, Jess, I just want to make $500 additional, every month, or $2,000 additional every month. You'll be positioned to do that when you select that number 1. It also comes with the membership as well, and we'll guide you all the way. So don't forget to put if you are 3, 2, or 1 in the chat for me so that I can make sure that we follow up with you. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you so much, Tasha, for hosting tonight as well. I know that, we had some technical difficulties at first, but if anyone needs additional information or wants to see the slides for themselves, to see that guaranteed money back or full refund policy, we have that written as well. I think that's very important and it's crucial during such a time as this. But I do want to thank you all for spending some time tonight. You could be doing a whole lot of other things during the night, maybe resting, but you decided to take some time to enhance your finances. So congratulations to all of you. Welcome to the MWR Financial family, to the twos and the ones. And I'm going to say, continue to be right so that you don't have to be left. Thank you guys for watching. I will take any questions now on the free conference call side.